Hi, this is Dr. Conley. I wanted to talk with you briefly about conflict theory and deviance. Once again, conflict theory, groups of people competing for scarce resources. Resources can not only be monetary, they can be time, power, etc. And conflict theorists often look at the role that power plays in actually defining and punishing deviance. Okay, in terms of which group in power uses laws in the criminal justice system to maintain its power and privilege over other groups. Think about crimes and sentencing. According to conflict theorists, the fundamental class division is between the capitalists, Karl Marx, those who own the means of production of wealth, and the working class, those who sell their labor to capitalist class. The most depressed end of the working class is the marginal working class. People have few skills, little job security, and are often unemployed. And many of these people might commit street crime through desperation, which threatens the social order, and that seems to be most severely punished. But once again, I ask the question, if anyone is in survival mode, what would one do? If you were in survival mode to feed yourself and or your child, what would one do? Not justifying, sociologists clearly just want to understand why people do what they do. Conflict theorists further contend that the law works as an instrument of oppression, a tool designed to maintain the powerful and privileged positions. Look at some celebrities and their sentencing and violation of probation and parole, but yet they only spend a couple of hours. Okay, I don't need to go into who, but just look on the news, even in terms of sentencing. And if that were you or me and we violated our parole or probation, do you think we'd be sent back for just a couple hours or perhaps to serve out the full sentence? Just wondering, but you also have to look at things such as, they talk about overcrowding in the Los Angeles jail system. Look at two things. Instead of dealing with the owners of corporations who harm the masses through various corporate crimes, the law generally directs most of its energy against violations committed by the working class. What types of penalties, what types of prisons do people who commit white-collar crimes go to? What is their job? Clean the golf course? Oh, yes. They do have prisons that have golf courses, too. Okay. Conflict theorists say because property crimes of the working class threatens both sanctity of private property and the positions of the powerful, these crimes are most likely to be prosecuted and severely punished. Interestingly enough, I knew someone who worked in the home alarm installation business in an affluent neighborhood in a city in Delaware. And they have been banned from taking vacation because the number of people that are requesting alarms be installed in their homes. And he said, even in the affluent neighborhoods, it's not outsiders coming in. Oftentimes, it could be neighbors. Just something to kind of watch, through sociological eyes in these times of quote-unquote challenges. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And also, as more groups have become historically denied access to power, the legal system will change. As more groups that have historically been denied access to power gain access, the legal system will change. Although significant inequities remain, racial ethnic minorities and homosexuals, for example, have more political power today than ever before. Now there are sociologists and other researchers that look at things such as crime and sentencing based on things such as race, gender, age, social class. Even when it comes to sentencing, there's a big difference between rock cocaine, crack cocaine, and powder cocaine and sentencing. There's a big body of literature on this if you want to kind of look it up on the side about the sentences for powder cocaine distribution are much smaller than sentences for something such as rock cocaine, which is sold more inexpensively on the streets. All right, this is Dr. Collins signing off, and I will see you next week. Have a great one.